Hi everyone! So welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well and surviving in this cold, weird weather. Some days it's like warm, some days it's snowing. It is so weird. Today's tutorial is going to be all about foundation and just focusing on that. I just noticed, like, when I'm watching shows like Pretty Little Liars or Baby Daddy, if you watch Baby Daddy, Riley from Baby Daddy, I always love her makeup. It's like glam but always really natural, and the same thing with Pretty Little Liars. Me and my mom will call each other when it's over and we're like, what'd you think of the shirts and the fashion and the makeup and the hair? And one thing I'm noticing about TV shows is that even if they're wearing a lot of makeup, like the eye makeup or whatever, their skin never looks cakey. It never looks like piles and piles and piles of makeup and you could just like wipe it off, it never looks like that. So I realized like that's just the kind of makeup I'm really drawn to, and when I'm looking at a magazine I'm like, ooh, I wonder what foundation they use. It doesn't even look like foundation, it just looks like they contoured and did highlighter, but the base looks really nice. So that's what I'm going to teach you in today's tutorial. Kind of funny because in this foundation tutorial I'm going to basically be using like 3 foundations, but I water them down and shear them out. So yeah, it's kind of a lot of products, but not a lot on your skin because we're going to water them down. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. I hope you get what I'm saying about the makeup. Some days it is fun to get all made up, but then some days you still want to look in the mirror and see you and not see like a completely different person or something. So yeah, so let's get started. So there is going to be like one minor weird thing. I feel like it's more normal now because more people like talk about it or whatever, but okay, so I shave my face now. And the first time I did it, I actually took a disposable razor and like just actually shaved my face. Everywhere except my mustache because I did get that lasered off a long time ago. So I don't grow hair there anymore. I did the laser hair removal there. But it didn't work on my sides because there's so much blonde hair. So think about like a place that's like more hairy on your body, and if you were to put foundation there, like your arms or something, I actually shaved my arms. I do have a little hair there now because I have to shave them, but if I were to put foundation here and rub it in, all the foundation would get like caked in the hair and like not look right. But if I were to put it on my hand where there's no hair, then it would go on nice and smooth. So that's kind of the same thing for your face. Even if you have blonde hair like I do, it still gets like caught in there. And one thing I'll notice if I am noticing somebody having cakey foundation, a lot of times it's because it's pushing their facial hair down. So it kind of like creates like a second layer because it's like hair and then foundation. I do get rid of the facial hair because it's gonna go on so much smoother and go on like skin, like your butt. But now I'm actually using the razors that you're supposed to use to shave your face, and that's this. And you just do it when your face is dry. And this one is a much smaller blade, so it really gets in there. And mine says it's for eyebrows. I do think they make ones that say like for facial hair, but this one is for eyebrows and I got it at Walgreens. Now we're on to the real step 1, and that's just prime your face with something. Whether you use a makeup primer or a moisturizer like I do, and I just like to press it into my skin. Makeup primer, moisturizer, I think they all kind of work the same unless you have oily skin and you're using a primer to mattify your face. So step number 3, I apply my foundation. And I kind of will evaluate my skin that morning and see, do I need a more full coverage foundation or is my skin looking good and I could just use a regular foundation. So today I use the Dior Air Flash, is that what it's called? Foundation, and that's what you're going to see in the tutorial. But on like a better skin day, I'll use this one by Giorgio Armani. This is the Luminous Silk. And on a day that I, really need to cover things, I'll use Estee Lauder Double Wear. I don't like to apply those foundations directly to my skin anymore. What I like to do is water them down. And I tried a lot of different things to water down my foundations, but these 2 things just work the best. Usually when I'm filming a video and it's like not makeup related, like fitness or something, and if I mix this in with a foundation, I always get compliments and I always get asked in the comments, I know this isn't fitness related, but what foundation are you wearing? This honestly is something I'm going to be buying for a long time. And then recently someone told me that I would like this one better, and I'm still getting used to it. I'm wearing it today. It does the same thing as this one. And why these are so great, this is MAC Face and Body and this is Makeup Forever Face and Body. These are mainly water with a tiny bit of foundation in them. So if you were to put this on your skin plain, like just with pimples and redness, they would not cover. This will somewhat even out your complexion, but my favorite thing is to water down a foundation with these. If I'm going for a super like natural look with like a tad dewiness, I pick one of these. So this is a recent purchase of mine, so I am going to use this one in the tutorial. I like the bottle better, I like that it's a pump, but this one is a little bit more dewy. So what I do is I put the Makeup Forever face and body on my hand, and then I spray the brush. In this case, this one is a spray foundation, so that's how I apply it. And I start putting it on my face. This is the sheerest coverage. It's going to feel like water on your skin and just super hydrating. So right now it is a super sheer coverage. You can still see pimples, you can still see a little bit of redness, but it is so sheer and you cannot feel it. Like, you don't feel like you're wearing anything on your skin. So what I do to go back in and like cover up little pimples, or if you have redness that didn't cover up, because let me tell you, it is not a full coverage, it's not even medium, it's super light. I'll then go in with a little bit of cream. This one is a cream foundation by MAC. And as you can see, I really like it because I did hit pan. Another one that I like to use is the Bobbi Brown Stick Foundation because it's super easy. You could just go over where there's pimples and then blend it out. The one we're going to use in the tutorial, which is by far my favorite, is the new Makeup Forever Stick Foundation because it is so dewy. I'll just put this in the areas that need more coverage, and I'll take a damp beauty blender and just blend it into my skin. And the key here is to only put it where you need it, not paint your entire face, because that defeats the purpose of the sheer natural look that we're going for. So then when I'm done applying my foundation, I'll usually do my concealer, and then when I'm done with that, I like to set my face in only the areas that I need it before I go in with bronzer. So these are the 3 powders that I've been using, and the key here is to use something super thin. So I already used this one in a tutorial, but this is my favorite, and this is Hourglass Dim Light. I love this. It just makes you look like you're walking around with a filter. These two also do the same thing. This is by Charlotte Tilbury, and this one is by NARS. Wait, I grabbed the wrong one. Here it is. Crystal powder, and it is so thin. Like, it just feels like nothing. Like, it's just, and the Charlotte Tilbury one also feels like that. Like, just so pressed and just like silky. So that's what you want on your skin, and you're going to look like you're walking around with a filter on your face. Like, it just looks amazing. This is what I'm using in the tutorial with a big fluffy brush. And then last but not least, set your foundation. This is, I honestly feel like this ties the whole look together to giving it that natural look, because if your face gets really powdery after using powder highlighters or blushes or bronzers, then this is basically just going to suck that all up and give it a more natural look. So this one is MAC Fix Plus, but I'm almost done and I'm looking to try a new setting spray. So if you have any recommendations, please leave them down below. So that is everything. That's how I do my foundation and how I've been doing it. And yeah, I hope that this helped and you liked it and learned something. So have an awesome day, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.